here comes another video. This one, I have done all of the production on this jingle. It was quite like intricate, lots of fiddly stuff, and I didn't want to bore you to tears. So I pretty much put it all together. I got everything muted, and I'm going to unmute each one by one and talk you through what's going on. So this is supposed to be a retro-y kind of thing, like an 80s style sung jingle. There's only a little bit of singing. That's the singing bit right there. It was my singing, so again, rubbish bit of singing. And a little bit of speech right there. But I'll start over here. So I've started with these little tom drums, because I've made all the music to go with this one. But jingles are weird. They are music, but it's just little tiny bits of this and that. I wouldn't really say it was like a loop of a track or something. It's just like a little intro-y kind of bit of noise. So these are tom drums. Just try and unmute those. So you've got this. Oh, and of course this one down here. Those, no processing at all on those. I've literally just got the levels sorted out amongst them. Down here we've got a little kick drum, which is layered underneath the toms here, and it goes on to a little bit over here. Make more sense in a moment. So I'll play that. Right, you've now got bass and horns. Again, on the bass you've got a little bit of processing. You've got the EQ, just cutting the low end a little bit. I know that sounds stupid for bass, but I wanted this to sound a bit vintagey, bit retro, so you don't really get too much in the way of bass back then. So I've cut some of that away, and between well, there's a dip at like 2 to 500 and a little bit either side that just stops all of the boxy kind of sound. So we've got this so far. If it will play. And that will bring me down to this little snare drum. On there again, no processing. I've just got a kind of retro-y sounding snare. I'll just play the snare for you on its own. There you go. So. And that will bring me to a little string thing. I made this up on Complete Control. It's their what's it called? Analog Dreams. Sorry, I got all sorts of stuff going on there. It's not good. Yeah, it's the Analog Dreams pack. It's good. It's got all of the old sounds. I don't know if I still got it loaded. I'll see if I can bring it up. Yeah, it looks like that. This one is sounding like this. Yeah, you get the idea. So, get rid of that. But this has got these little weird stringy things going on. Yep, short and sweet. Probably need to drag that out just a little bit there. Cool. And then we've also at the top, we've got like a little bass line going over here. Cool. So that pretty much covers the musical side of it, I believe. Oh no, I've got some little clappy shakery things. Let's get those off. So it gives you this. Sounds kind of retro, I think. And then we've got some sweepers. There you go. Oh, and there's another little riser in here. Yeah, when you're doing like jingles and things, drop in a couple of risers, couple of sweepy things. It just helps bring the thing together. Right, and then of course you've got the sung part. Now, quite a lot of processing going on here. They're all bussed to the same bus, so I can apply the same processing to all the tracks. Each one is individually tuned using Melodyne. I've shown that on a previous video, so I won't go into the Melodyne. And they're sounding like this. WBJR. So I've tried to get the vintage sound. Mostly it's made up of harmonies, and well, I don't really do harmonies, so I tried my best, and then I fine-tuned it with the Melodyne, which has worked out okay. I'll bring the mixer up, the mixing window. So on there you've got a compressor, an EQ. There's a vintage console. I'll bring it up so you can see it right there. That comes with Logic, but you can find others. It just adds a little bit more vintage feel to it. I've got the Abbey Road compressor on there, which also adds a little bit more to it. The doubler, I'll play it to you with and without the doubler. WBJR spreads it out just a touch. Then these are all bust. It's going to a reverb. I've got a bus for a delay, like a rotor cabinet. Looks like this. Makes it spinny, a little wider. And we've got another compressor. That just about covers that. And then down here I've got the other bit of speech, which goes like Deep Cut Retro Radio. So that's processed. I've got a few things on their own. So I've got on its own track. You've got the channel EQ, just cutting away some of the low end. You've got the compressor, and then I've also put the Abbey Road compressor on there as well, just to give it a bit more edge, a bit more character. And that's getting sent across to the rotor cabinet, another parallel compressor, and a delay. So, you know, if I take the delay off, I'll take all of the buses off so you can hear how dry it sounds without. Deep Cut Retro Radio. So putting on the compressor on, you've got this. Deep Cut Retro Radio. And then you've got the rotor cabinet. I think this is the rotor cabinet. We'll find out in a minute. Deep Cut Retro Radio. There you go. And then the delay. Deep Cut Retro Radio. That makes that up. So together you've got WBJR Deep Cut Retro Radio. And that's that. There you go. A nice short and sweet one for you. I hope that covered everything. You know how it goes. Just let me know in a comment or however you fancy if you've got any questions. There you go. That's it.